first tournament of this season. I'll be your host, Duncan Villhauer, and we're joined by our bracket master, Max Tunning. How you doing, Max?
I'm doing real good. Real excited about this. I'm been introduced to small ball just recently, and there's great potential for this league.
All right, so why don't we go right to the bracket with the first game with George Fish Seal and John Dirty Reese match up against Alex Bryan and Alex Volke. We all know George is quite a great athlete, and he had a great year last year. And we all know about Dirty's run with Osterhaus, that miracle run, Cinderella story. But I mean, they got some tough competition coming up with Alex O'Brien with his off-season preparation with the quarterback coach, and Volke. He's very athletic too. You know, he can match up very well with Seal. How do you feel about this?
You know, I don't choose favorites very often, but this team with Johnny Reese and George Seal, my favorite right out of the chute. You know, it's funny that they became game one, pick one, because they're my number one seed. You know, I've heard some good things about O'Brien in the offseason, you know, getting that quarterback coach maybe. And, you know, Volke is just a very athletic kid, but it's tough to beat the athleticism of George Seal and just the nitty-gritty Dirty Reese.
Very wise pick. All right, so next game two, this will be their next competition. First, you got Nick Gerard and Matt Streb matching up against Fritz Wagner and Andrew Schmidt. We all know that Nick Gerard hasn't had too much success in this league, still searching for his first win. But he's also paired up with Matt Streb, the winningest player in small ball history. And you know, Streb's out there, his dedication, his speed, always could be on the edge there, and he's a great teammate. But he's going up against tough competition, Fritz Wagner and Andrew Schmidt. Fritz, just a solid player, dedication. His athleticism is unreal. But you know, Schmidt, his hard hits from last year, you know, the hardest hitter. Will that rule change? Will his game change this year, or will they still win?
I think it will. You know, this new rule change with, you know, not being able to hit, and it's really going to limit his game. It's going to affect him a little bit, I think. You know, it's going to cut down his tools. But, you know, I think this is going to be a great game. It's a great matchup, evenly matched. I mean, you know, you put up Matt Streb and Fritz Wagner, two die-hard small ball players. You know, they're right up in there in the top of this league, and they'll do anything for this league. And, you know, I think when it comes to the field, they're also right there with each other. Both smart players, both give a lot of effort. And so this is a tough game for me. But, you know, I think I'm going to go with Matt Streb and Nick Gerard. You know, Nick Gerard, not a lot of success last year, but I think he's going to come out of the gate and show what he has to offer.
Let's go on to the third game here between Drew Coffin and Christopola versus Kenyon Browning and Mikey Donovan. You know, Drew got out of the gates a little slow last year, but he came strong and finished out the year very well. And we all know Christopola's traumatic injury at the beginning of last season, and he hasn't really played a lot of games, and this will be his first game back. Going up some tough competition of Kenyon Browning and Mikey Donovan. You know, they've been here for a long time. They played plenty of games, and they're very well experienced, and they're out for the fight there, and they feel like they're the underdogs in this tournament. So what do you think?
You know, I think Chris Napola is going to come out. He's got a lot to prove, you know, and he's going to come out focused. You know, sitting out all last year with the injury, I think he's going to come out of the gates and really look to put down some of the doubters to see if he can excel in this league. And, you know, Drew Coffin just speaks for himself. You know, that's all you can really say about him. But going up against Browning and Donovan, you know, they're two tough competitors. A lot of experience in this league, just like you said, and I think they're going to take the cake.
Good. So going to the last and final first round game, game 4. This is a game of rookies. We have 3 rookies in this game right here. We got Jake Lehman, Danny Patient, and Ross Westmeyer. First ever small ball game. How do you think it's going to go down?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. You know, I think with a lot of rookies, there's going to be a lot of questions, you know, and in the players' minds, in the spectators' minds. But I think Osterhaus is going to come out with his leadership, you know, having a little experience, and he's going to take control of the game. You know, no one really knows what Westmeyer and Patient can offer. Hopefully Patient can keep his hands off of everyone else and focus on the game. But, you know, we'll really see how this game turns out. You know, I'm excited to see the outcome, but I think Lehman and Osterhaus are going to go with it.
Us live in studio, Commissioner Matt Streb, to talk about this tournament that we are having.
It's great to be here, Don, Max.
Now, the change of location here, how's this going to affect the shade and with the heat and water and stuff like that? How's this going to be affected with the new location?
Oh, well, I'll tell you one thing to start off. It's going to be a barn burner out there. And, you know, 2 fields. I think it's going to get a lot more done, give us more breaks in between games, but it's definitely going to be hot. I remember last August when we had our first week, I was dying out there. We needed several water breaks throughout, and but we'll man up, and I think we'll get through it.
So, who's your favorite to win this tournament?
Oh, well, Reese and Seal seem athletic, but I think what people are missing is the team chemistry. I don't know if that'll be there. These guys haven't really been together for a while. Other teams like Browning and Donovan, who are really good friends, Nicola and Coffin, good friends. I think that can make a difference when it comes down to a close game. But definitely athleticism. Reese and Seal, second game.
How do you feel about the 3 new rookies in Game 4? How do you feel that game's going to play out?
Oh, well, I think you'll definitely see it. They'll look completely different from the other games because they just don't know the plays, strategies, defenses. It'll definitely be obvious, but, they'll learn throughout the tournament. Hopefully make an adjustment.
So in the next round, round 2, you have Reese and Seal as your #1 favorite to win it all, going up against Gerard and Streb. Who do you think is going to pull out? Do you think there's going to be an upset, or do you think Seal and Reese will just plow through this competition?
I really think they're going to plow through this competition. It's they're probably going to be two really good first round games, but I think when they meet in the second round, I just think the athleticism and speed are just going to run laps around Gerard. I think he's really going to resort back to his old days without a lot of success, and I think he's really going to go down. Streb's going to hold on, and they're going to work. They're going to work well together. But I think in the end, Reese and Seal are just going to come out with it.
So on the bottom side of the bracket, you have Brownie and Donovan and Lehman and Osterhaus. Do you think the rookie will still hold on with Osterhaus, or do you think it's going to be Brownie and Mikey?
I really don't. I think Jake Lehman has a lot to show. He's going to be one of those guys where he comes in and he's going to show that he's one of the top guys in this league. But I think Browning and Donovan, after that first game, they're just going to go with it. They're going to cruise, and they're going to get into those later rounds and really show their chemistry.
Now to the championship game, where everybody wants to be, but you only have 2 teams. You have the favorite, Reese and Seal, and you have the youngsters, Brown and Donovan. You think the favorite's going to win it all, or you think there's going to be an upset here?
I think this is truly a clash of the Titans. The favorite out of the first round, Reese and Seal, obviously, and Browning and Donovan, their game could really go either way, and I think this is going to be the best game of the tournament, and it's fitting that they meet in the championship game. But I'm going with Reese and Seal. I'm sticking with them. I like them right out of the gate, and I'm going with them all the way.
Picking the favorite. Well, that's a very nice pick. I think your bracket might be pretty good, but we'll see. And are you going to be joining us there?
I haven't been to a small ball game yet, so I'm hoping to make it. I'm hoping to make a couple tournaments this year, a couple weeks, and really see what this is all about.